Have you ever noticed why some women actually seem more attractive with age? Not because they're younger, not because they're trying hard, but because there's something that makes people want to stop and pay attention. Imagine the afternoon light, not blindingly bright, but warm and calming. That's the charm that grows with experience. In this video, we'll walk slowly, without rushing, without demanding. We'll see how calmness can be attractive, how warmth makes people feel accepted, how wisdom is born from life's journey, and how being at peace with oneself makes one shine in their own way. It's not about changing yourself. It's about appreciating yourself. It's not about fighting time. It's about being friendly with it. Every story is told gently. Every message feels close. Every word invites you to breathe more slowly. If you've ever felt like life has taught you so much, this video is for you. If you believe that beauty never truly fades, this video is for you. And if you want to experience warmth, serenity, and simple inspiration, this journey awaits. Sit back, let the story flow, and rediscover how beautiful life is at every age. Have you ever met someone who doesn't talk much, doesn't try to attract attention, but somehow, you feel comfortable around them? Like that old chair by the window, not new, not fancy, but always a favorite place to linger. Older women who are still charming often have that kind of appeal. Not because of age, not because of looks, but because of the sense of peace they bring to the room. Today, we're not talking about the past. We're not comparing ages. We're not chasing any standards. We're talking about the beauty that develops slowly, and why many women actually become more attractive with age. Welcome to this inspiring journey. Please sit comfortably. Take a deep breath. We're walking slowly, together. Before we get into the main story, if videos like this make you feel calmer, more appreciated, or closer to yourself, please support this channel by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about. Your small support helps us continue to bring warm, light, and meaningful stories to generations of adults around the world. Thank you for being part of this journey. Now, let's start gently. The first characteristic of an older woman who remains attractive and charming is inner serenity. This serenity doesn't come from luck. It comes from time, from failure, from loss, from the courage to continue living. Even when things aren't going perfectly, imagine an old tree in a city park. Its roots are deep. Its trunk is strong. It doesn't fall over with a slight breeze. That's what an emotionally mature woman is. She doesn't get offended easily. She doesn't panic easily. She doesn't always have to be right. And precisely because of that, people feel safe around her. Imagine a quiet morning. The sunlight streams slowly through the window. A mature woman prepares a warm drink. She takes her time. She savors every little movement. When someone talks to her, she truly listens. She doesn't just wait for her turn to speak. When there's a problem, she pauses, takes a breath, and then says, "Let's take a look." Her words are simple. Her tone is gentle, but her effect is calming. Why is calmness attractive? Because the world is already noisy enough. People are tired of drama. They're tired of demands. They're tired of having to always be on time. A calm woman becomes like a small haven for those who are exhausted. Unconsciously, people want to sit near her. They want to share stories. They want to feel accepted, and that's true attraction. A calm woman isn't afraid to laugh at herself if she mispronounces someone's name. She smiles and says, "Sorry, my mind is running slower today." If plans change, she says, "Life has a little surprise in store." A woman who is at peace doesn't lose her charm. A woman who is at peace with life never ages. A woman who accepts herself is always beautiful in her own way. She doesn't need to shine brightly, just a warm glow. If you're watching this and feel like age has changed things, remember this. Every year you live adds depth, adds wisdom, adds beauty that can't be bought. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're in a phase where serenity becomes power. And that's priceless. Today we learn that the first characteristic of an older woman who remains attractive and captivating is not her looks, but rather a serenity that embraces life as it is. Like a still lake, she reflects light beautifully because her surface is unruffled. Quietly, her presence is missed. Next, we'll talk about a simple, but often overlooked, warmth. Have you ever walked into a room and felt instantly welcomed? Even before anyone said a word, there was no over-the-top greeting. No big words. Yet the atmosphere made you want to sit down and breathe more slowly. That's true warmth. In this journey, we've talked about inner calm. Now, we move on to the next characteristic that makes older women still attractive and captivating in the eyes of many people, in various cultures, around the world. Let's start gently. Trait 2. Genuine and natural warmth. Older women who remain attractive often possess genuine warmth. Not a fake warmth, not a forced smile, but a warmth that comes from accepting themselves. And because of that, they readily accept others. Imagine a small fire in a fireplace. Not big, not blazing high, but enough to make the room feel comfortable. That's the warmth of a mature woman. Imagine a woman who greets you with a gentle tone. She remembers a little story you once shared. She doesn't interrupt. She gives you time to finish. When you're tired, she doesn't say, "You have to be strong." She says, "Please sit down. It's okay to feel tired." A simple sentence, but it feels like a hug. Why warmth is attractive in adulthood. As we age, many people grow tired of judgment, of comparison, of the demand for perfection. A warm woman is like a house with a light always on at night. People don't come to be judged. People come to feel safe. And safety is a very deep form of attraction, no matter where we live. Everyone understands warmth. A grandmother in Europe, a mother in Asia, a mature woman in America, an elder in Africa. The language may be different, the culture may not be the same. But warmth is always understood. A gentle smile, a soft tone of voice, a willingness to listen. It's understood wherever we are. A warm woman is not afraid to appear modest if her cooking isn't perfect. She laughs and says, "The important thing is that we eat together." If she forgets something, she says lightly, "Maybe my memory is taking a little vacation." Warmth isn't about talking a lot. Warmth isn't about always providing solutions. Warmth is about making people feel content, and a woman who can do that will always be remembered. If you feel like you're not as fast as you used to be, not as strong as you used to be, remember this. Warmth doesn't require much effort. It only requires an open heart. Your smile, your patience, the way you listen. All of these are beauties that don't fade with age. Instead, they deepen. In this moment, we see that the characteristic of these two older women that remains attractive and captivating is a warmth that makes people feel accepted for who they are. Like a small fire on a cold night, unobtrusive, yet deeply missed. Next, we'll talk about something that can't be bought, can't be rushed, and can't be learned overnight: wisdom. Have you ever talked to someone who didn't offer much advice, but after the conversation, your heart felt lighter? They didn't say, "I know everything." They just said, "This is what I've learned." And somehow, their words lingered longer. And we'll see how life wisdom is one of the most powerful traits that makes older women attractive and charming in the eyes of many. Third trait, gentle wisdom. Not patronizing. A mature and charming woman doesn't display her wisdom out loud. She doesn't feel the need to correct everyone. She doesn't compete to be right. Her wisdom is evident in the way she chooses her words, in the way she reacts, and in the way she remains silent at the right times. Imagine a river flowing quietly. She doesn't make noise, but she knows where to go. That's true wisdom. Imagine someone coming to her with a tired face and a heavy story. She doesn't immediately offer a solution. She doesn't interrupt. She listens to the end. Then she says quietly, "I've been there. It's not easy." The sentence is simple, but it feels like a hand supporting a shoulder. Sometimes, wisdom isn't about answers, but about presence. Why wisdom is attractive. Because the world is full of noise, everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to be seen as right. A wise woman doesn't add to the noise. She gives space. She gives time. She gives perspective. And people feel valued when they're around her. That's the attraction. That grows with age. In many cultures, people respect those who have been through many seasons of life. Not just because of age, but because of depth of insight. A mature woman who speaks wisely bridges the generations. She doesn't say, "My time was better." She says, "Every era has its lessons." And that makes her loved by the young and respected by those her own age. A wise woman isn't afraid to admit that she's made mistakes. She can say with a smile, "If I could go back in time, I would advise myself." She chuckles, not to minimize experience, but to embrace it. This kind of humility makes wisdom feel warm, not heavy. Wisdom isn't about talking a lot. Wisdom isn't about always knowing the answer. Wisdom is knowing when to listen, and when to say enough. And a woman who possesses that will always look charming, without effort. If you feel like life has taught you many things, but not all of them have been beautiful, remember this. Every experience has shaped your perspective. Every mistake has deepened your understanding. What you carry with you today is the wisdom of life, and it is a priceless treasure. Not everyone has it, and the world needs it. And we see that the third characteristic of older women who remain attractive and captivating is a gentle, empathetic wisdom. Like a still river, it doesn't attract attention, but nourishes life along its path. Next, we'll discuss a characteristic that is often the softest, yet most powerful light: being at peace with oneself. Have you ever met someone whose face looks serene? Not because their life has always been easy, but because they're no longer at war with themselves. They don't hide their age. They don't resist change. They don't apologize for being themselves. And strangely enough, this kind of serenity is beautiful to behold. Fourth characteristic: gentle self-acceptance. A woman at peace with herself doesn't bother fixing everything. She knows what can be changed. She accepts what can't be changed. And she lives in between the two with full awareness. Imagine an evening sky. It's no longer bright blue. There are soft colors. There are shadows. But that's precisely where the beauty emerges. That's the mature woman who accepts herself. She doesn't compare. She doesn't regret every wrinkle. She sees it as a trace of her journey. Imagine her standing in front of the mirror. She doesn't look for flaws. She smiles slightly. She says quietly to herself, "This is me, and this is enough." A simple sentence, but liberating. She chooses clothes that make her comfortable, not clothes that make her look younger, and from that comfort, confidence emerges. Fifth trait: enjoying life without rushing. A charming woman in her mature years doesn't live in a rush. She savors warm coffee. She savors slow conversations. She savors a quiet morning. Imagine a small road in the countryside. Not fast, not crowded, but full of feeling. She knows. Life isn't a race. Life is an experience, and people who enjoy life are always attractive. Why being at peace with yourself makes you attractive? Because there's nothing more beautiful than someone who is content with themselves. There's no tension. There's no pretense. There's no emotional exhaustion. Such a person gives others permission to feel enough, too. And that is a very rare form of beauty. A woman at peace with herself can laugh and say, "I used to want to change so many things. Now I just want to enjoy the day." She isn't afraid of being slow. She doesn't mind forgetting. She says with a smile, "At least I remembered to be happy today." Self-acceptance is beauty. Enjoying life is attractive. Being at peace with yourself is a form of freedom. And a woman who has that will always be beautiful. At any age. If you're watching this story and recognize yourself in it, know this: you're not late. You're not diminished. You're in a meaningful phase of life. What you have today is a depth, a serenity, and a beauty that time cannot duplicate. An older woman doesn't lose her charm. She just changes form. From sparkle to light. From speed to depth. From searching to acceptance. May you feel accompanied. May you feel appreciated. And may you return home with a calmer heart. Before you truly close this video, let one gentle question touch your heart. When was the last time you said to yourself, "I've lived a life well"? Not everyone ever says it. Many keep going, without stopping and acknowledging how far they've come. Today, if you're still with us until the end, it's no coincidence. It means your heart is still open to listen, to reflect, and to give yourself space. Life doesn't always go in a straight line. There are sunny days, there are cloudy days, there are days when we're strong, and there are days when we just want to sit still. And all of that is part of the whole of life. Every wrinkle holds a story. Every slow step holds meaning. Every experience, good or difficult, has shaped who you are today, and that's worth cherishing. If there's one message we want to leave you with, it's simple. You are enough. There's no need to be another version of yourself. There's no need to go back to the past. There's no need to compare yourself to anyone. Your presence today, with all your experiences, with all your tenderness, is a gift to the world around you. Imagine life like a book to be read slowly. Not to be finished quickly, but to be understood. Every page matters. Every chapter has meaning. And the chapter you're in now is no less beautiful than the one before it. In fact, often, it's the most profound. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for listening with your heart. Thank you for coming this far. If this video made you feel calmer, more appreciated, or closer to yourself, don't forget to like this video, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future inspiring videos. Please also leave a comment below. Tell us one small thing you're grateful for today. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, so every new message can accompany your days. May your day be filled with peace. May your heart feel lighter. And may you always remember, your life is precious, your presence matters, and you are never alone. Until we meet again.